సో ఇప్పుడు చెప్పు, లైక్ మ్యారేజ్ రైట్, కాలేజ్ లో థర్డ్ ఇయర్ నుంచా, హౌ యూ లైక్ వెన్ యూ గైస్ వర్ లైక్ గెటింగ్ క్లోజ్ ఫ్రెండ్స్, లైక్ ఎలా అయింది? మీరిద్దరు ఒకటే బ్యాచ్ మెట్స్, వి నో దాట్, బట్ హౌ డస్ వెన్ ఇట్ హ్యాపెన్ ద జర్నీ?
సో అను నాది 504 కదా నాది, సో మూవీ 505. సో most of the times like if we have like మనకి ల్యాబ్స్ ఉండేవి కదా మనకి, సో ల్యాబ్స్ either so it used to be either 3 or 4 people used to be together. So if it's 3 people, then I used to be with Harikiran, Madhu and Niranjan.
Okay.
Sorry, Harikiran, Madhu and Niranjan used to be a group. Myself, PKC and Anu used to be in a group.
Okay.
If it's 4, then I used to go with Niranjan's group or Harikiran's group, and then Anu used to be in a different. So it ended up that some of the labs, Anu and I and Kishore, we were together. So that is where I think the interaction started going. Okay, we started getting to know each other. We had like 1 or 2 hours to spend time,
right? Yeah, friend.
So that is where it started. Everything. So definitely second year, I don't know if it's second year, but maybe third year or fourth year is when we start getting becoming very good friends.
Okay.
We love marriage even.
Just to
not even the books at that time, but it was very, very good friends. We used to, then fast forward, both of us came to US. So Anu went to Howard University in Washington DC. I came here to Columbia. So 2000. So during that time, 2001 nunchi we used to stay in touch. So appudu telephones were not as much, but chatting undadi. Yahoo chatting.
College lo మీకు accessible ఉంది కదా,
phones, sometimes we used to talk on phones, but that continued, and connection continued after we came here, and 2004 లో అను గ్రాడ్యుయేట్ అయింది.
ఓకే, తన మాస్టర్స్ అయిపోయింది.
సో నేను Arun, I'm trying to think who else, but we all went to her graduation party.
Okay. మీరు ఇక్కడికి వచ్చినప్పుడు కనెక్ట్ లో ఉన్నారు జస్ట్ నార్మల్.
Yeah. So appudu nenu I flew to Washington DC. So that is when I asked her, when I was in Washington DC attending her graduation party, is when I proposed to her. So until then, I think for us being here, both of us being here, of course in India lo good friends, but if had we split paths of, let's say India lo tan poi nenu ikkada US vacho, or vice versa happened, then maybe it would not have moved forward. Our friendship akkada ayipoyi undedi appudu. And ఇప్పుడు అంత టెక్నాలజీ అంత లేదు కదా అప్పుడు, సో ఇంటరాక్షన్ వుడ్ హావ్ గాన్ డౌన్, బట్ కంటిన్యూ అయింది కాబట్టి we started continuing to talk and all that, and then finally it turned out to be this way. So I went to DC and proposed to her, and then she took some time, because obviously intlo it's not like they'll be ready to say yeah of course. అంటే మా ఇంట్లో అను కోసం తెలుసు లిటిల్ బిట్, అంటే యాజ్ అ ఫ్రెండ్ చాలా మంది ఫ్రెండ్స్ తెలుసు, మా ఫ్రెండ్స్ చాలా మంది ఇంట్లో తెలుసు, అండ్ Anu's parents also knew me just as a
friend. You used to go
as a friend, తెలుసు వాళ్ళకి ముందే, just like other people, like maybe Mahi and Arun or whoever it is, I am one of them. And same, Anu was also known in my home as other friends, girlfriends that I have. So it's not something that I'm not a new entity, or she's not a new entity in our house. But obviously, as you know, మనకి ఇండియాలో love marriage అంటే it's
Yeah,
not
it's not usual, common, right?
Yeah. So it took a while for us to, although I proposed, it was not an immediate, oh yeah, let's just go. That was not the case. So we were thinking about families and will they say yes or no. And 2006 lo we told our parents.
So 2004 నుంచి 6 వరకు చెప్పలేదు ఇంట్లో. You just were like, okay, you both knew at that time. Okay.
Yeah, so 2006 lo we told our parents, and obviously they said no. And then and the reason, one of the reasons why we took some time is also obviously India lo ela untadante, we are not settled, we are in college, right? So obviously that's a factor. And then I'm sure Anu's family probably there's a lot more stress from her from her family, probably because Anu and I are almost same age, right? అమ్మాయికి త్వరగా పెళ్లి చేసేయాలి అలా ఉంటది కదా obviously. So for me it was not that big of a deal, but for her, so we didn't want to wait too long either. So as I was finishing my PhD, we were saying, okay, we are ready to go and say something. So going back, one of the reasons why I've taken up that job in the pharmaceutical company was exactly for this reason, because I wanted to have something in my hand when I go and say something to. So 2006 February March time is when we told our parents, both of the parents, and obviously there is back and forth. It was not easy. It was not easy to convince them, but eventually, అంటే major fights ఏం అయిపోలే, అంత కాదంటే dissent in the family, obviously, and as you know, yeah. So that also obviously plays a role in. But at the end of the day, both families, they have come to a understanding that they're old enough and they've made a decision and it's their life, and we will support them how they want to do it. That is how they came to a peace, is that okay, if this is something that you want. So of course when they said no, if I backed off and said okay, that's fine, that's different, but we said no, we want to continue. We kept pursuing them, right? So they said, okay, well, if they are so sure that they want to lead their life together, then yeah.
And at this stage, you guys are very much older and adults too, and you guys have jobs too, right? Like kind of, it's not like in teenage or something immediate.
Yeah, so they've respected our decision from that standpoint. That if we were talking, when 5 years earlier, 6 years earlier, they would have put their foot down. But now that we've grown up and we've said, okay, this is what we want to do. They, of course, they had their concerns and all that, but they said, okay, that's fine. So it 2007 is when we got married. So it took little less than a year, I should say. Of course, I mean, it's just about a year by the time we told, and then we got married. So but of course, convincing took about 7-8 months or 10 months or something like that. And then they agreed, and of course muhurtalo chodali kada mari, so it took a little bit, and then in March we got married.
So you guys were here, right? From here you said that, like, to both parents, and then once.
Yeah, of course. And 2006 lo we went to India.
Oh, that time you guys said to me.
Yeah. So 6 February time lo India vellam. Anu went separately, I went separately, but that was the intent, is to go and talk to them and convince them, and so but it took a little bit, and then talking back and forth and all that. And I had to talk with their parents. Obviously, Anu didn't have to talk with my parents, but at least I talked with their parents.
You have to talk to their parents.
Yeah, my at least obviously untadi kada kodiga. So yeah.
Nice,
yeah.
Nice. In 2007, like you guys went again, right? That time.
Yeah. 2007 March we got married, and then came back. So it's like an arranged marriage, but we it's not. It's a love marriage, but convinced our parents and got their support and got married.
That's nice. Yeah, it's kind of like we all kind of knew it. Maybe you both will like each other, or you do like each other, but it was like, we don't know, right? Maybe it's friendship, or it will turn into something, or like, as you said, maybe after you come here, you both are like on your own, right? That bring you closer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think if we hadn't come here to the same place, I don't think it would have happened. So our relationship continue chesam kabatti our friends talking over phone or whatever it is continue cheyadam valla as we grew older, we've said okay, maybe why there is something. Why not type lo push ochindi. With the communication that we had at that time, I don't think it would have been possible if one of us is in India and one of us is in US. Yeah.
So Anu also started working so you guys didn't meet again, right? Too much. It's just only through the talking after you come to US.
Yeah.
She's also working separately. Right?
Anu masters South చేస్తున్నప్పుడు internship వచ్చింది తనకి. So she went to Louisiana for 3 or 4 months or so, and then she came back to the university and finished her master's and continued to work at the university as a research associate.
Different states, right? You are not in the same university or anything.
So that our graduation అయినప్పుడు నేను వెళ్ళా. That's when I proposed to her.
So after that, she moved with you? No, she started continuing. Only after marriage, you guys moved together, right?
Yeah, 2007 lo kada is when we got married. So until then, she was in Washington DC. I was in Columbia for until 2006. So when we went and talked to our parents, I was still in Columbia.
Okay.
Yeah. So 2006 May లో నేను ఐయోవాకి మూవ్ అయ్యాను. అండ్ దెన్
అక్కడి నుంచి ఐయోవాలోనే కంటిన్యూ
అయిపోయాను. అండ్ అను మ్యారేజ్ అయిన తర్వాత అను మూవ్ టు ఐయోవా ఇన్ ఏప్రిల్ టైం ఫ్రేమ్. ఐ థింక్ ఇండియా నుంచి వచ్చిన తర్వాత
సో కిడ్ వాజ్ ఫస్ట్ కిడ్ ఎప్పుడు 2009 చెప్పావు కదా?
2009 January. Yeah, 2009 January, Nitya is born. 2012 Nidhi.
2012 Nidhi, yeah. So iddar emmate ante it's like you have to establish career wise too, and for her too, and then the kids, everything has to happen right within that right time frame. If not, things doesn't work out. Especially if you want to have a family, it's really challenging, but it's nice that worked out.
Yeah. So Anu's preference obviously was to raise the family. So she took the time off. Nidhi, when she was conceived with Nitya, she said, I want to stay back. I want to stay back and raise them and spend time with them. And so she took time off from 2008. Middle of 2008, end of 2008, something like that, and then Nitya and Nidhi kodi pedda ayin tarvata, then she went back. Yeah. Until then she decided to stay and take care of everyone, and that time again, that's what I'm saying, that stress period would have been even worse if Anu wasn't
she working. Also has to have that career as she wasn't there for you, right, to help you out.
Yeah, so if she was working and it would have been completely impossible for us to.
But for you guys, your visa status is okay, right, for her to support her maybe at that time?
Yeah.
She can be on your dependent and she can stay.
Yeah. So Majlo Chinchina, she did some little small projects here and there. But yeah, overall no issues from
You
the
got
beginning.
your green card without any issues then immediately after you joined this company, or it was like
Yeah.
a journey
సో గ్రీన్ కార్డ్ ఏమైందంటే సో H1 స్పాన్సర్ చేశారు కదా ఇక్కడికి వచ్చిన తర్వాత 2000. సో ఐ వాస్ రెడీ టు అప్లై ఫర్ EB1. సో EB1 అప్లై చేద్దామంటే EB1 అవుట్ స్టాండింగ్ రీసెర్చర్ అండ్ ప్రొఫెసర్ అనేది ఒక కేటగిరీ ఉంటుంది చూసావా, అందులో పెట్టమని చెప్పారు. పెట్టమంటే దానికి ఏంటంటే యూ హ్యావ్ టు గెట్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ సపోర్ట్ లెటర్స్ సో
EB1A exceptional category, EB1B అయితే company can sponsor you, you still need, but then it's little less requirements compared to EB1. You self-sponsor yourself, right?
సో EB1A లో అప్లై చేసినప్పుడు the attorney, we've hired an attorney because company చిన్న కంపెనీ కదా, you don't have anyone internal. No, they did not do a green card for anyone before.
They don't know.
So I've hired an attorney, and the attorney said that you need to get all these recommendation letters and all those things, and for me, I did not take enough time to go get the letters of recommendation. It didn't stack up in my priority list because I was so much into work. The work was so hectic at that time. I did not pay attention to it. చేద్దాంలే అందులో ఏముంది నా టైప్ లో
చాలా మంది దగ్గర
తీసుకోవాలి,
పేపర్ వర్క్ చాలా ఉంటుంది.
అండ్ సో ఏమైందంటే నిత్య వాజ్ బార్న్ 2009 లో, and I was ready to I could have applied immediately, but then because of my laziness or whatever that you want to call, I did not. 2010 January we went to India to celebrate Nitya's first birthday. And that is about time where I have to go to my visa renewal, EB1, sorry, not EB1, H1B renewal. And I don't know if you remember, there's something called as pink slip. So basically they'll put a query on you. So they and for the renewal, and they put a query on me because I was into research and development, chemical engineering anisariki ventane they put a query on me. So they didn't give my visa. So I had to stay back. I had to stay back in India for a couple of months. Luckily my ikkada company owner ఎవరైతే ఉన్నారో he has good political connections and all that. So he talked with the senator here and got my application expedited. Helped me, and I got my visa renewed. Basically అంటే వాళ్ళ కన్సర్న్ ఏంటంటే రీసెర్చ్ అండ్ డెవలప్మెంట్ కాబట్టి they want to do a background check and to see what research am I doing. PhD ఉండడం వల్ల రీసెర్చ్ చేసిన వల్ల అది. So that was a wake up call for me.
To finish it. Once you apply it might be faster, right? Yeah. Okay.
So April lo back వచ్చాం.
That was a little stressful, right? If you get stuck in that India for 2 months and then come here.
Came back and then I applied. So in fact, so the groundwork was, some of the groundwork was done. It was just my laziness that I did
completion
get all my letters in place. So April lo
not fun, right? Paperwork takes a lot of energy. Not a fun job like yours. Yes.
Yeah. So వచ్చిన వెంటనే అప్లై చేసిన తర్వాత within 2 or 3 months I got my green card. August I think sometime in August I got my green card. అంటే that year there were some changes that happened in the forms that they were using. So I had to go back and get those forms redone again. That took like 1 more month or something like that. But middle of October sometime, I officially got my green card. So it's a little bit stressful, but within 3-4 months from start to end, it was done.
It was done, yeah. That's the advantage for EP1, right?
Yeah.
After doing all this hard work and research, at least you need to get something out of it, right? Yeah. That's nice. The reason why I asked is because most of our choices or like the things we want to do depends on the visa status and at that time how we are too, right? Yeah. That's nice. Yeah. So that's really nice. We were all happy for you both, right? I don't know. Maybe from Anu's side, we all know that you both are good friends, right? And that it's nice that it turned it into a good relationship, and then
Yeah, we think that we balance each other out. We have different personalities, but that's what is probably the reason why we came together. So complement each other, and so
that's nice. That's nice. So I think we talked about many things. Maybe a little bit work-life balance. Ante is just going with the family or trips, or what do you say?
Yeah. So trips. So we make sure now that the kids have grown up. Definitely, I make sure that we spend quality time with them, whether going out or vacationing or something like that. But part of what I also do, so there is a there's a non-profit that I run,